Do you know her?
Isabel Abel, one of the missing children. Where did you find her?
Coffin Rock.
Such strange and horrible markings. Who could do such violence to a child?
She was splayed across the rock. It looked like a ritual sacrifice. What say you, priest?
I say it's the work of a witch, most certainly the Kedward woman. But how could she have escaped the ropes, Jonah?
She couldn't have. She was bound tightly, and even if she had escaped, she would have surely succumbed to the elements. Could it be that another witch, or even a coven of them, seeks to finish her work?
Impossible! This is Kedward's handiwork. We must confront the Styler woman and find out exactly what she knows. If she refuses to talk, we will find ways to make her talk.
That won't be necessary, Father. Let me talk to her again. She trusts me.
Do not allow yourself to be manipulated by her evil, Pry. The devil himself works his deceit through these witches.
I need to do some work back at the courthouse. Mr. Pry, I'm afraid your sidearm won't do at all. Take my rifle.
Thank you, good sir.
I must ask you a great favor, Jonathan. A favor that may well save us all. In this very town is the grave of a great priest. A man who knew much about the forces of darkness. He took to his grave a powerful Christian relic. A cross that grants immense power to he who wears it. If it were to fall into the wrong hands, it would mean disaster for us all.
Where is the body buried?
In the cemetery. Take this scroll with you. Hold it up to the gate and read aloud the words written here, and you will gain access. Tread cautiously, my son. The woods are in the clutches of great evil. But if you can find the relic and bring it back to me, I'll teach you how to wield its great power.
Etiam debeo pevenire. What demons are these? This must be what the priest was talking about. I'd better return it to Hale.
You found it, my son. But where? Was it still in the priest's grave?
I took it from the clutches of the undead. The cemetery is full of resurrected corpses. No doubt the Blair Witch has worked her demonic spells to raise the dead.
Then my dreams were true. Thank you, Mr. Pry. Had this sacred relic passed into the hands of the devil's minions, all would have been lost. Let me teach you how to invoke God's power with this cross. You may well need it. May God be with you, my son. I will pray for your safe return.
I see you've made it back from the woods.
I found one of the children at Coffin Rock. She's been tortured, and her body is covered with ritualistic markings. We believe the Kedward woman is still alive, and that it is she who has abducted the children.
It can't be. Elly would never harm anyone. No witch would do such evil things. People are simply afraid of the unknown, and they blame witchcraft for that which they can't explain.
Perhaps, but it is the only reasonable explanation. The markings on the child are arcane, and must surely be born of witchcraft. I need to get inside Elly's house, Elizabeth. Tell me how to get there.
You'll never find her house on your own without a map. I have one, in a spell book at my house. Jonah would never allow me to have it in my possession here, but if you bring it to me, I can show you how to get there.
It would be foolish of me to bring a self-confessed witch her spell book.
It's of no use to me here. The priest put a ward on my cell that prevents me from using any spells, so I'm powerless with or without it. If you really want to search Elly's house, you must bring it to me.
Very well. I'll bring it to you.
Here is the key to my house. Go quickly.
What a mess! I'll never find the book in here. God forgive me for placing this book back into the hands of that woman. Here is your book.
Thank you. Yes, here we are. This will show the way to Elly's house. But before you go, allow me to teach you a simple spell that will help if you happen to run into any trouble. Here, take this bind evil spell box with you. Throw the small stones within the box at your enemy's feet, and they will lose their ability to move for a limited time.
I have no use for your spells. My rifle and musket are all the protection I need.
You must open your mind, Jonathan. This is no longer a battle of mortal men. If you get into trouble, you must use whatever means necessary to protect yourself. I will await your safe return.
The spirit of the wolf has delivered you to me, Jonathan Pry. Please, sit. I am Askaya Gigagi, shaman of the Nanticoke. I know you. You have come to seek the truth of this forest, but you are blind to that which lies outside the realm of your understanding. For generations, our people have offered tribute to the dark spirit Hecatomix in return for his protection and favor. The white man has no belief, no respect for the dark spirit, and so paid him no tribute. In return for their disrespect, the dark spirit took them as human sacrifices. But this hatred has blinded him, and now he sees all men as white.
So it is this dark spirit who is taking the children.
Children from one of our villages have disappeared as well.
But why children? Why would he not take any available soul as his sacrifice?
They are the perpetuating force of civilization. Without children, our mortal race will die out, and Hecatomix will stand alone as the great chief of this world.
Why have you brought me here? What can I do?
You must walk between three worlds and bring them together as one. Traveling them is the only way to stop the evil forces of the woods. You have already rescued one child. Now you must save the remaining children in order to bring peace to this area.
I come from a different world. My understanding of good and evil is far removed from what you speak of. These are stories we tell our children to make them fear God. I came to hunt a witch, and now you speak of three worlds and tell me that I must battle the devil himself. To me, it's obvious that this is the work of the Kedward woman. She took the children for revenge and her demonic rituals. Your stories are unbelievable.
Why do you fear the truth? Why do you blind yourself to the greater truth? You, like all white men, fear what you do not understand. The witch is a woman, no more. These events were caused by a much greater power than an old woman dabbling in witchcraft.
I'm not sure what to believe anymore, but I know I must follow my instincts. They tell me the witch is responsible, and it is her that I must seek out if this madness is to stop.
Do what you must, witch hunter. You will need me again, and I will be waiting. You will be powerless to conquer the task at hand until you overcome your fears.
What madness is this?
Away, witch hunter! This place holds only suffering for you!
Reveal yourself! Who are you?
You are without the faith and courage to face your fears! How can you fight that in which you refuse to believe? Your father would be so proud of his loathing, trembling son!
Why do you torment me, demon?
Because you are weak and consumed by fear. Return to me when you summon your courage, so that I can have the pleasure of sending you to join your family in hell!
Why do you tremble so, witch hunter?
I fear I have neither the faith nor the strength to fight this battle. I went to the old woman's house.
What did you find there?
A demonic force, unlike anything I could have imagined. The most horrible and frightening thing I've ever seen.
You must gather your courage, Jonathan Pry. Without you, the children are lost, and this great evil will hold sway over us all.
But why me? A man who has renounced his faith and been abandoned by God.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. It is not for me to decide why. You must accept your destiny. I have something for you.
What is this?
It is a symbol of spiritual sight. Wearing it will help you see within yourself, and it will warn you when danger approaches.
Warn me? How?
It will make a noise whenever danger lurks nearby. It is important that you heed its warning, always.
How will it help me see within myself?
It will allow you to clearly see your own fear. It is the only way to conquer it and rediscover your courage. Now, you must go back to the Kedward home.
Yes, it's the only way.
You are a powerful man, Jonathan. Accept your destiny, and you will rid this land of the evil that plagues us all.